Do you wonder how to get clients on Pinterest, how to get sales on Pinterest, or how to promote your business on Pinterest? We all know that Pinterest is all about sharing our pins, but how do you actually get someone to click to your site and then to purchase from you? Well, if these are your questions, I've got the expert for you. Hi, Suman.
Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm so excited to introduce you all to this wonderful Pinterest marketing strategist. She's a Pinterest ads expert who is a mom of three and has helped 5 businesses hit 6 figures. Wow, that's amazing. That's just a few of her amazing accomplishments, helping so many businesses basically slay their Pinterest goals, right?
Yeah.
Love it. So today, what are we talking about?
So we are basically speaking about how to scale up your Pinterest account, right? And how one can create a digital product and sell them on Pinterest platform so that you can make those sales coming up towards your bank account, charging sounds, notifications onto your mobile phones, right? So probably everyone are excited to check those notifications onto their mobile phones. But the thing is, how to do that possibly doing those things organically as well as with the paid platforms on Pinterest, right? So yeah, this is what we're going to speak about for today.
Right? Like how to market and sell your digital products on Pinterest and actually make money. I think I want to add that little bit, right? So let's start kind of at the beginning. I'm assuming most of y'all have Pinterest accounts, that you know the basics, but what do we need to market our products on Pinterest? Like, what are the first steps that you would say someone should take?
Someone who is a beginner or who is an advanced level marketer on Pinterest, I definitely wanted to tell them that the number one focus which you need to do on Pinterest is having an objective, having a goal on Pinterest. Because if you don't have that particular options, right, then anything which you're doing on Pinterest, you would not have anything to be successful. The number one thing is having an objective, having a goal set up. Are you looking at traffic towards your website or towards your sales funnels, towards your shop, right? Are you also looking just to get those traffic coming up and go shoe? And along with that, are you also looking out to build your list and have sales coming up? So these are few things which you need to identify, and that is the number one step which I would recommend anybody to do is have that objective written, and then the next step is definitely by identifying your ideal customers.
Okay.
Who is your ideal customers on Pinterest? So there are various layers which we have to focus on in identifying them is what exactly is your product and how better it would fit to solve the problems of your customer avatar. So once you identify that, and that's going to work really easy in identifying who are they, where
Yeah.
are they, and what are the demographics, right? Which is
Yeah.
really crucial at this point. Like the demographic, the locations, the age, the gender, the language what they speak on, and everything, the behavior which they do on Pinterest. So you definitely have to focus on identifying them as the layers, and that will definitely give you more options of getting their pain points. What are they searching on Pinterest?
Yeah.
What are those phrases which they are using on Pinterest so that you can be on the top of those displays when they are searching those phrases, right? That
Yeah.
is where you will be winning their heart, and that is where you would be focusing, getting more click-through rates from Pinterest. But yes, there are certain strategies which we apply and to get more visible on Pinterest. So this is what I just want to share on at the first note, that you need to definitely have an objective, a clear point, and that will definitely help you to identify your customers. We call them as your avatars, right? The customer avatars. So you need to identify them.
Okay, so can we go through an example of what an avatar would look like or what some simple objectives would be? So say, for example, it's back to school. Maybe you have maybe say this person is a college student blogger. They have a product that's like the back to school planner. So their objectives could be, okay, I want to sell 50 copies of my planner in September. Is that a good one?
That could also be a good one, right? For sure. However, you definitely have to focus on who are them who would make a purchase,
Yeah. So
right?
that's our goal. So then who are them that we would say, okay, they're college freshmen, like they're new to college. They're like 18 to 20 years old, depending, where they are. And maybe they live in the USA, Canada, the UK, or Australia. They're English speaking. Mostly, I would say women, because I feel like they're more likely to buy planners than men are, but maybe I'm wrong. So that would be like this fake company's avatar. Is that okay?
That's good, but I would definitely want to consider with the age is you can definitely go back with the age from 16, right? Because now you can see even the teens are onto this particular platform, which I am noticing them. You can also see the teens at the age of 13 as well to do their school activities for the projects, for the art and craft, right? So you definitely have to consider that age factor. So I would definitely reconsider with the ages from 16 to 24 because colleges, right? You
Yeah.
can get schools and the colleges get started even at the age later, like 24 and 25. So I would definitely keep that as a sweet spot so that I can identify them with the age, and definitely with having that habit and the habit tracker, which is really essential because that will help them to get more organized basically, and that will also help them to get more motivation to do what they have to do in, and the goal is to get that 50 sales. So yeah, why not? You just have to focus
I'm
on
gonna go create this planner now. We've done the work. I love that.
I do have one. I do have one. If you want to let me know, I would send you a
Sounds great. So are there any like tech that's required? Like, obviously, we're using a Pinterest business account. If nobody has converted, if you haven't converted your account as yet, I'll put a link down below to where you can set up that business account. Is there any other tech that's required?
See, I would definitely tell you that there's nothing that you require a tech on Pinterest because Pinterest itself is so beautifully. The only thing which is required is your business account, which you can log in from your Apple mobile phones or from your Facebook or even from your Google account, right? But I would definitely wanted you to consider any of those options and mainly focus on creating the business account and mainly focus on having that selection of an interest, right? So select some 5 interests which you are interested in and identifying your customers basically. So these are the 5 interests which you need to focus on who can become your future customers. So that is one tip which I want to share over here because most of them think about their personal interest, but usually it's not. It's about your ideal avatar's interest. So you need to focus on that and then come up and jump on towards your settings, which is really crucial, right? And I just want to share my screen.
Yeah, can you show us an example?
Oh, all right. So once you are onto your Pinterest account, right? Once you identify having those 5 interest space, and then you definitely have to come up over here, right, with the claim, and you definitely have to focus on claiming your website. You can claim your Instagram, Etsy, YouTube, and Shopify. So these are 5 important aspects of 5 important social medias and your website, right, which you have to claim them so that you can get credit for all your content on Pinterest. And when you claim your content, your name and profile picture will show up next to any pins that come from your site or external accounts. So that will definitely help you to get more organized and get more feasible to attract those traffic coming in towards the platform.
So I have a question. So yes, we have Etsy, we have Shopify. What if somebody sets up like a subdomain using like WooCommerce to sell their products on their site? Do you know anything about subdomains?
Yes, you can definitely do that. There's no issues with that. The only thing which you need to consider is you definitely have to claim them, right? And once you're trying to claim your website, I just want to go quick back onto my settings and show you because now currently on Pinterest, you can claim more than 1 website. So probably when you see here, if I'm going to claim them, right, you definitely have to add this code even towards your WooCommerce stores, right? You definitely have to add into the header sections. You just have to copy them. You just have to continue. And you first have to put that information over there. And even in those websites, right, you would definitely have to have your Pinterest plugins over there, probably the Yoast SEOs or probably with the header sections, right, which supports Pinterest. So that is one thing. And once you do that, you just have to verify your domain name. It could be for me, me, it is Pinterest pinsavvymarketer.com. For you, it could be anything, right? So
Yeah.
depending upon you just have to verify. Once you click on this website and verify them, right?
Yeah.
It will automatically verify. Probably sometimes it takes 5 minutes and sometimes it takes 24 hours, but it just does that. So
Okay.
this is so simple to do this.
Sounds good. Okay, so that's it. You guys have to have a business account, claim your domains, whether it's an Etsy shop, Shopify, or a subdomain. You just want to make sure you get all that analytics. So this kind of goes to that question. Do I need an Etsy store? What about Shopify? And is it hard to set up? Like, I know you use Etsy, right? You know, would you
Yeah,
recommend
I
one
use
over the other for printables, especially?
All right. So if it is a digital product, as you all know that you in digital products, you get a lot of printables and you get a lot of other products like courses, which you can sell them, right? And I would definitely encourage you to, if you're not on Etsy, you can also be on Etsy, because the number one thing which you have to focus on is Etsy being a platform, right? Which supports the e-commerce business owners, which supports the handcrafters, and which also supports someone who is creating something designable, vulnerable, and at the same time something creative, right? So you get an
Yeah.
opportunity over there with the buying people who can actually make a purchase. And along with that, you can also focus on leveraging on this particular platform called Etsy, which will definitely help you to get more visible with the keywords, not only on Etsy, but also if you are strategically using them on Pinterest, where you're actually getting anywhere between 35% of the traffic from that particular platform, which is very huge compared to any other platforms. So think about the way the proportionate the traffic you can pull from Pinterest, and Pinterest being a search engine that can also give a reverse engineering signal towards the other search engines. So those keywords get ranking not only on Pinterest, not only on Etsy, but also on other search engines. So if you're looking out to get more sales from Pinterest and other search engines and from your Etsy store, then yes, why not? Have some extra sales and have some extra money, passive money coming up towards your store.
Yeah, like do you see people, like I just searched for, you know, college student planner. There's quite a lot of them on Etsy. So do you
Yes.
see a lot of people who set up shops on their site also list their products on Etsy because of that SEO factor, like the extra search potential of finding new clients?
They do that. There are many reasons of doing that. The number one is definitely because you know that it's such a big platform currently now, and it is supporting a lot of sellers by providing them a lot of other opportunities. However, you cannot track the other activities from where you are getting this traffic, what kind of traffic you are pulling in, right? So in
Yeah.
order to track that, if you have your own store where you can add the pixel codes, right? Where
Mhm.
you can add those Google Analytics code, where you can track each and every activities. And in future, if you're trying to remarket them, you can do that not only on Pinterest, but onto other factors like Facebook, Instagram, Google. So why don't you use them? You're getting
Yeah.
traffic from Pinterest, but you never know, you can retarget them on other several platforms and get those persons to get more interested into your product and
Mhm.
ask them to swipe the cards and make the purchase. So you have to induce them to do that. But yes, if you have your own store that will allow you to get those data, you can also have probably build your list from your email marketing newsletters, because this particular information is really important, because you never know. In India currently, where I stay in, you can see that TikTok has been banned because of the China and India problems, right? So we don't have that particular app. It was disappeared. So probably someone were on TikTok, right? They lost all their probably the millions of users who were following them. Can you see the crazy statistics which was there on that particular platform, and now you cannot see them? But if you have built that list from that particular platform, right? So
Yeah.
you are owning those email lists. So I would definitely encourage everyone that even if you have your Etsy store, no problem, because you definitely have to. I would definitely want to encourage you to have your own store, so
Mhm.
that you can build your list and you can have all the data which has been collected. And if these things happen, right, you never know, anything might happen. But You
And
have
even
complete
Pinterest, like
control.
I hate to be a downer, but a lot of people have been banned and blocked and had their accounts deleted from Pinterest. And I know a few people who have begged for years to come back, but their domain is blocked and they can never join again. So yeah, it's very, very important for you to be in control of your analytics, in control of your customers, in control of anyone who's interested in you. So you've got to start building that email list. Like it's so critical. Such great tips. Let's keep going. So obviously this is a simple question, like, can I sell digital products on Pinterest? And obviously the answer is yes. Yes,
Yes.
you can. You can sell those digital products. Can you show us some examples? Take us through that process.
Okay, so I can definitely show you some. I have taken some examples so that I can show you from right from the beginning. If you wanted to set up your store, like the shoppable pins and the buyable pins, and then I would definitely go with the process of the various different pins so that you can understand step-by-step process.
Okay.
So I have taken an example for today's interviewers, definitely with these particular two stores, right? And you can see this is one of the top stores on this particular platform, right? You can see it's about the bags, right? And this has about 2.2 million monthly users, and you can see this particular shop tab. This is definitely someone who has the shop tab, and currently this particular shop is available only for 6 major countries like Australia, US, UK, Germany, France, and Finland, right? So you are getting only opportunities of them being in USA. You definitely can get verified merchant account if you are into US and UK. So definitely you have to focus on claiming your Shopify stores or claiming your WooCommerce stores. It could be any of these things. So once you do that, automatically you can see this shop tab available onto your Pinterest account. And
so does it just pull your listings of your products that you already set up? So you don't have to set it up again. It's just pulling your product listings from your website.
No, if you have all the data right into your Shopify stores or the e-commerce stores in a very strategical way with the categories and with all the options, then it definitely pulls complete all the data, because the metadata works in such a format that anything which is on your website, it can pull out because of the rich pins validations. So it can definitely get pulled out. You just have to focus on arranging them in a very systematic manner. So you can also see this over here on this particular store. You can see that this is being categorized by categories like shop. You can shop by category. So you can see that one particular feature is shirt and tops, shoes, and the pants. So something with the pants, when you click, when I click on this particular product group, right, you can see there I can only make a purchase of the pants. So this is so beautifully done on this particular platform, and you can see how they are selling it, right? And along with that, it could also give you more data. You can see here the data with their information about the product titles, product descriptions, and the pricing and the descriptions, right? Along with that, anything which you are getting changed onto your store, like your e-commerce store, your Shopify store, it get automatically changed over here. You nothing have to do anything on this particular platform. Anything which you're changing onto your website, it automatically get changed. And that is one of the reason you can see it has been priced $52 and currently it has been priced of $44. So
sales, basically, any sale just automatically gets updated.
I want to share one more tip over here is once you see this, right, you can see here your Pinterest is encouraging you to make a shopping immediately. And when I click on this, I'm going towards this store, and you can see here I'm going towards this add to cart.
Yeah.
Such an easy option of us to making a purchase, right? And this particular store is also giving us tips, but along with that, you can also see here, you have to make sure that you definitely have to install your tags. And I can also see that this particular store has the installation of the tags, right? So there is few things like product category is missing. However, it is not that particular issues, you can fix them up. But yes, you definitely have to use these tags. And if you're also, if you want to use into your store, the product tags of your Facebook and Google, you can also do that. You can have a complete control of that. So I would definitely want to encourage you to add your Pinterest tag add your Facebook pixel hordes and your Google tags. So that will also help you in remarketing in future.
Awesome. Love it. And yeah, so you could easily see how, yes, these are pants, but you could do this for digital products as too. So you could have planners, you can have, there lots of people sell printable cards, printable art, like wall art is another category. So yeah, there's so many options for what you can sell in the shop.
I just want to show you a few of the things which I'm testing over here with the new features on Pinterest, which will definitely help you to focus on seeing what things works on Pinterest and how you can monetize that particular feature onto your account so that you get more benefit and you get those tagging of your products, because no one is speaking about tagging your products, but yes, you can tag your products if you have your digital products, which I want to show you over here. With an explanation, with an example. So now when I am opening this one of my pin, which is called a story pin, the idea pins, right?
Yeah.
So idea pins is nothing but it is a collection of the pins where we are telling our stories in a very different manner, where you can have opportunities of adding about some 20 pins, a collections of 20 pins. It could be a combinations of the videos and the images for sure. However, you definitely have to get started with the idea pins is definitely with videos so that it gets traction and it goes with the rhythm. You don't get into boredom, and that will also help Pinterest to analyze what is exactly your content. So make sure you do that. And once you see this particular content, and here also you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So I had about anywhere between six different information, which is continuity of this particular pin. So it means that we are sharing our story in our idea pins. So earlier you could see that you were not able to add the tagging product of your products if you have any of yours digital or the physical products, right? But currently now you can add, and to that I'm just showing you the example. If you can see this, right? So if you can see this, and when I'm clicking on this, it means that this is one of my pins which is on my Etsy store, right? And you can see everything has been pulled up because I have my Etsy store updated. It has been claimed, and that's one of the reason anything which is inside my Etsy store, all the information has been pulled up immediately, right? If I'm adding that one link to share, which is called the URL of that particular listing link, right? So here, this is what I was just doing from my one idea pin, right? So now you are able to add the tagging features onto your idea pins. You can mention some of the accounts onto Pinterest from your idea pins. So that is one of the best opportunities. So this is what I would want to share about one example of the tagging features, which you can do it only from your mobile phones, basically, via the information and the tagging. But there are certain taggings which you can do only from the desktop versions.
So question, to be able to tag these products, do you have to first claim your shop?
Yeah.
So you claim your shop and then you'll be able to tag your products in all of your pins. So I know like a huge thing with idea pins is people are complaining, oh, I can't get clicks. So now if you promote your product on say one of those slides, you click, they can click to your product pin. So then you just add the tag over the image of the product that you're promoting, right?
The product has already been added on your account, right? So everything is into your account. You just have to focus on adding them. If you can see here, there's one of the product and there's one of the other products. So if I'm again going back towards this, and this is again the same content, but the different images, right? And you can also see that this also had some good traction, which is on the videos, and it also have been saved a few times, right? And you can also see that there is few of the clicks which has been done. So it means that this particular content has been working on this particular platform for sure. It means that digital products can sell crazy. And in order to make sure that there is some opportunities, what I've done is I was just focusing on searching email marketing or email marketing templates. So when I go and search email marketing courses, these are the keywords, or these are the search terms which your ideal audiences would be searching. It could be anything. I'm just taking an example of email marketing courses.
Yeah.
So once you see this, you can see that there's an explore tab, there is a shopping tab, and there's a profile tab. I usually don't consider much into looking into the shopping features. The profile features, but I'm pretty interested in looking into this too. The number one is definitely with the Explore, where your pin, your content will be on the top doing organically strategies. Along with that, if you're running some ads, you can see some of these advertisements would be in between of your pin. So for sure, you will be getting some results. And anything which is getting more traction is definitely with the videos, because your eyeball get attracted towards some motion which is acting in front of your eyes rather getting onto the images. So you definitely have to think that whether we have to create IDEA pins, whether we have to create video pins, whether we have to create the static pin, we call them as a standard pin, which is more clickable compared to the video pins and the IDEA pins. However, now Pinterest also want us to use a strategy of having all the three pins so that we can monetize in future and we can bring more traction, and something which eases your client or your customer's eyes is definitely getting more traction is definitely with GIF images, something there is some motion happening, or probably with videos.
Can you click on the shop tab for us so we can see what comes up?
So when we're seeing this shop tab, right, you can see all the information for email marketing courses. You can see and you can directly make a purchase. And if there is any updation, as I already mentioned, it get updated from your website itself. So probably you can see, I'm just going over here, and if I have to go here, you can see this is something with the Etsy's, right? So again, if I have to go there, and this is something with Walmart and Domestika, so you can see all this, and this is someone's website. So definitely I want to check this up. So that I can give you some great example. And if you can see here, they have this e-commerce stores for sure. And they have pretty updated. It means that e-commerce stores not only work for the physical product, but it also works for digital products. So when I click on this, and you can see that I would be going towards their add to cart, where I can make a purchase. There is no confusions. They're not distracting me from any other things. Rather, they just wanted me to make a purchase over here. So that is one of the things which you need to focus on when you're being on Pinterest.
If you have products to sell. Yeah, that's awesome. Very clear, straight to the money.
And you can also see their account over here, because you can see that this is particularly this person's, right? It's been verified and they are into this verified merchant account. So this is why I just want to pull this particular example by explaining you that if you are into the US market, definitely you can get verified. But for that, you need to have your business account first. You need to have your e-commerce store, and you definitely have to focus on having your tagging of your products, right? With product information, you need to pull them up inside your inside your Pinterest account, and then go back towards the verified merchant program and go and register for that. So in order to do that, they have their own rules and regulations, which you need to follow them with your guidelines, like updating your shop policies. Every 3 months, you need to update your listing. You need to update your the products, how many products you have in with the production, the units and stuff like that. So once you all do this with the disclaimer, with the product disclosures, and if you're doing something with affiliate marketing stuff, then definitely you need to do all these things so that you can see all the pricing availabilities and pricing measurabilities and stuff like that. So once you do that, and then only you will get verified from that particular store from Pinterest. I hope this makes sense.
Yeah, so I'm going to put links down below. If someone is watching this and they're like, oh my God, it's so much, right? Like, where would you, like, does Pinterest have training on this? Like, have you ever?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, you just have to go to Pinterest. However, they don't have any video training much into detail. They just have this kind of information which you're sharing over here. So definitely it is pretty simple. You can definitely check them out, and you can definitely go and do things by yourself for sure, because you definitely have to update your catalogs into your Pinterest account, into your shop, and then it will get pulled up into your Pinterest account for sure. However, if you're doing this catalog manually, then you definitely have to go towards the ad sections, right? Below there, you would see there is a catalog section. Go there, and you definitely have to come up with your own CBS files, or basically you definitely have to register with external third-party probably organization, where you have to pull the information about your product information, the description, the title, the quantity, pricing and all.
But yeah, I'll put a link to this page for anyone who needs it. Okay, so my other question about this is, can we quickly talk about affiliate products? Like how, so obviously like for buyable pins, we can't tag affiliate products. They have to be, do they have to be products that we ourselves sell, or can we tag affiliate products? Like say, for example, you're an Amazon affiliate. Can you tag that on Pinterest?
Basically, earlier we were able to do it, but now due to this new rules and regulations of 2021, we cannot do that. You definitely have to focus on not adding the direct link of Amazon on Pinterest for sure. However, you can do is send them towards your blog post. Write a pretty blog post, or probably you have your own. You can have those plugins which is coming up with supporting this WordPress, right? You can have those Amazon shop plugins, right, which can be inside your store. So probably you're sending towards your own domain. So that is possible. That is possible. You cannot directly send towards the Amazon, but you can definitely send towards that particular plugin store, like your own Amazon store. You can do that kind of a blogging or probably hosting that particular store, and someone makes a purchases, right, that is from the affiliate link. So you definitely have to disclose your affiliate disclosure. If not, you get into some of these problems with all other countries has, and right, with the laws and the regulations. So definitely you have to mention that into each of your blog posts or each of your product which you're selling in. You definitely have to have that letter of code, and you definitely have to have that affiliate disclosures.
Yeah, so usually at the top of my blog posts, I have just the blurb saying, you know, that there are affiliate links in this blog post. Or if it's a sponsored post, you have to disclose that it's, you know, paid for content. And on Pinterest, you know, even though hashtags are pretty much out, they do still say on the affiliate marketing help page that you have to use the hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored. The last time I checked the help page,
hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored, you can use only these two, not much, but we would definitely wanted to encourage you to do that. Why? Because Pinterest would know that you are doing it legally. You are not illegal. That is one thing. Second thing is Pinterest now can read your blogs as well. So it means that it's not only tracking your information onto Pinterest, but it can also track the information what you have written onto your blog. So make sure you're being a little mindful and do a few things which is really important, so that you don't come into any, like you don't have to break the rules. Probably just have to add those disclaimers and you're good to go.
Yeah, 100%. And like, I don't know how accurate this page is. I just want to share with you guys quickly. Yeah, they're saying to use, you know, programs like Reward Style. Another one is Shop Style Collective. I don't know if you've heard of that.
We have just three. We just have three, and definitely with Reward Style, you can use their links directly on Pinterest. However, you cannot use anyone there. Probably there's just three websites. I can remember only one, which is Reward Style. But yes, you cannot use basically with Amazon's or any other affiliate sites, you cannot use them. Like if you're doing something with Canva, or if you're doing something with some other programs, you definitely cannot do that. However, if you can have your own blogs or something set up, that could definitely help you, because you definitely have to have those Google Analytics tracking tag. You can track them, and definitely in future, even if they're not making a purchase, right, you can definitely use that tracking code and doing this remarketing advertisement, which will definitely help you getting more results. Along with that, I would definitely encourage you to utilize exit pop-up newsletters. So that will also help you to get people who are actually interested. And I would definitely encourage you that you can convert the browsers from Pinterest to turn into clicks, and clicks into sales. So if you're looking to do that, do it perfectly.
Yeah. So I would just ask you, since you've worked with so many businesses, like remember I told you guys, she has brought 5 businesses to 6 figures and beyond, I'm sure. What would you say is the best style of pin? Like we've talked about, yes, there are standard static pins. We have video pins and now idea pins. So have you seen a certain type of pin that does best? I do encourage everyone, you obviously need to test and you should design multiple types and styles of pins. Or, you know, is there anything that you found that helps in terms of styles of pins or designs, like light pins, dark pins, like have lots of preview images. Like, what would you say works the best?
Say, in my point of view, what I've seen is the colors.
Bright colors.
Color plays a major role into your designing of your pins. Even if you have a simple pins, right? No problem. But the thing is, your color has to be popping up, because if you have your competitors who is into Pinterest, right? Everyone would be using the same colors, right? So how would you get onto the limelight, or probably how would you attract them, like all
Yeah.
your ideal clients? How would you do that? That is definitely where the colors, the first thing is the colors, which can be little bright colors, not with the dull. I would recommend to use the little bright colors, right? Because on Pinterest, I see most of them, they use with the same standard colors with white, pink, light shades. But I would definitely share you that you definitely have to, you can see the colors over here. It's definitely really light, right?
Oh,
And
so boring. Like,
that's what I want to see here. And if you can see, if you can see there, right, something which is with the videos getting a little more traction, because there is some action going on, and that's one of the reason you can see your eyeballs is going over there. That is one thing. However, this is pretty, I would say, a lame example over here, because I would not see any much interesting on this, but something which the color might pop up with the bright colors, like it could be yellow, it could be black, it could be dark purple, it could be green, it could be these kind of colors which gets more traction. So probably you can do a different examples with Pinterest template, and that will also give you some more examples of that.
yeah,
So
I like to look at what the competition is doing. So, because every niche is different. Like,
yeah,
you know, if you're in wedding or parenting or babies or travel, everyone in those niches, they almost have a shared aesthetic. So what if you stole the look of like someone else, right? Like, and did it different. So when you're in that swimming pool,
I'll just share you one example of the food, which is one of the interesting platform for sure for the food bloggers. And you tell me anything, I'll show you some examples, great examples here. So if you can see here, I just type in bake a cake, and you can see something on this is the number one is definitely with something which has more searches and something which has more click, onto their websites. However, with that, you can see that this particular website, this particular images, right? There is an image and there is an information. Along with that, there is a video going on at the background. So it gets more tractions, right? It has already shared what exactly it is, right? And probably you can also see the images. Most of them think that standard pins currently are not working, that only video pins would work and only idea pins work, but it's a myth. I would tell you it is a combination. You definitely have to test them. And for a few of my accounts of my clients, what I've seen is their static pin, the standard pin, have rocked up so faster, but it takes a little time, anywhere between 30 weeks to 40 weeks to get more scalable. And when you see those statistics, right, you could see those statistics that your standard pin gets more results compared to any other pins.
oh, 100%. Like for me, my static pins go viral.
Yeah, I mean, with giving you one of the example is, I just want to share one pin of mine. I just want to share, which has been created last year for sure, in the month of May last year, right? And you can see the amount of traffic every single month I'm getting. This is definitely this is definitely an image, right? Which is going to one of my blog posts, right? And along with that, you can see that this particular informations, the images can also have this magnifying lens. So something when you wanted to search some other content, right, you can use this magnifying lens, and probably when you do that, it will completely cover the frame and you can see something which is similar toward the similar content of what I've been posted. If you can see here, this is one of my pins, and you can also see here something related towards that particular pin. So that could also give you some more data, some more ideas on getting more tractions and getting more researchers in depth. And probably when I'm going back toward the same data, you can also see that the tagging products, I have an option of tagging my products, right? So I can tag products, at least 8 products on this.
Okay. Ooh, show us. Can you do it? Let's, so everyone can see. Tag a product. You don't have to make it you can like remove it, right?
Well, you can see here, you can definitely tag about some 24 for sure, right? But I just want to share you some good examples over here, but currently I cannot tag on that particular pin. However, You can see here, I can tag these pins because these are the demographics. You can see here the sizes has to be with the square when you're tagging it. So once, for example, if I'm tagging this, I have to save this product, right? And I have to click on done. And it has to optimize over there and gets tagged. They can have an option of that will be shown on your mobile phones, right? That will be shown below your images. And next to that, there will be a sum of those products which you're tagging on. So when you're running your advertisements, you cannot tag the products. And if you're tagging them, then you cannot run the product. I would say you cannot run the catalog ads, but you can run the collection ads. Catalog ads are different and collection ads are different. So make sure there is a little difference over there, right? So basically Pinterest, when you're running advertisements, then Pinterest will consider it as a collection ads, right? It will not show into your catalogs. And when you are into e-commerce businesses, you definitely have to run catalogs ads that can give you more results, because you never know which of your products would become hero of your sales.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, you have told us so much. I guess my one final-ish question is, what's the secret to selling? You know, like, what would you say is the secret?
Secret of selling is definitely is your content. The number one thing is your content for sure, because you definitely have to be a little with your content. It could be your product, it could be your services, it could be your lead magnets for sure. You definitely have to understand what you wanted from Pinterest as an objective. Number one thing is, I always come up towards that one thing is what you want to be an objective, because that will definitely help you to identify what is your next step. So that will give you more idea, more clarity on whether you are looking out for coming up with a strategy. Like, how can I turn up my blog post into lead magnets? How can I turn up my blog post into sales? Right? So probably if you are a business owner, you definitely have to do that, because that will give you more freedom in not only showing them the one aspect of your blogs, but it can also show them different layers of your blog post in such a way that you can monetize from that particular one content. Because most of them whom I spoke earlier, right, they definitely tell that I do blogging, but I'm not that consistent. And every month I come up with just 1 or 2 blog posts because I'm pretty busy with my other things. So even for them, what we definitely tell them is, why don't you convert your blog post into several lead magnet pieces, right? You can convert your blog post completely into a PDF. You can convert them into a checklist. You can convert them into something simple series of videos, right? Just do it and offer them as a bonus for someone who is seeing on Pinterest, which is very new, right? At different layers where you can collect name and email. That is where we are encouraging you, not only sending traffic directly towards your blog post, but you can also convert them into several pieces where you are actually focusing on the direction of the sales. Because if you have emails, you can send them some newsletters, and along with those newsletters, you're educating. Along with that, you're soft pitching. Along with that, you're selling, you're doing affiliating, and you're doing a lot of things. So there are a bunch of things which you can do from that. So I would definitely encourage you on doing that. And on Pinterest, definitely one thing which you have to do is, everyone who is listening to this, you need to be consistent. You definitely need to be consistent on Pinterest. And there is no one is telling you to focus on posting every day about 25 pins. Please don't never do that. You can post at least one pin, at least one pin a day, or sometimes if you are not able to do even one pin a day, go with a week time, like 3 pins in a week, but focus on being consistent on pinning those strategies on several boards, which is relevant towards your content. That can give you some visibilities and that can give you some results. I hope this makes sense.
Yeah, I have a whole video. I'll put the link, honestly, about how often to pin. And I say it's between 3 to 5 a week, up to, I would never go more than 10 per day. Like 10 per day is even like a lot.
I would say ideally it is 6. Basically, ideally it is 6. But again, you could see that now you need to also have your URL getting changed. So you definitely have to focus on, if you have good number of blog posts and if you have good number of products, then you can definitely get started with 3 to 5 or 6 for sure. However, if you're struggling with that, then definitely I would encourage you to have at least one and two, or probably you can focus on doing more of idea pins, because there you don't require the link and you can become an influencer on Pinterest if you wanted to become one. And you can also focus not only leveraging that, but you can also build the audiences from idea pins and convert those audiences who can check out your content onto your video pins and your standard pins.
So it's all connected.
Yes, I would say they all are interlinked for sure, but you need to have some strategies in order to do that. You also need to follow the Pinterest trends. You also need to follow the Pinterest searching, where you find your keywords, right? And along with that, I would definitely tell that if you want to rank on Google as well from Pinterest, focus on using Google Keyword Planner, which will definitely help you to get more visibilities, not only on Pinterest, but also on Google and other search engines.
So many great tips for us. Thank you. So before we end, how can we connect with you? You've got an amazing Etsy shop, right? That we can purchase templates from. So tell us about that.
All right, so I do have my small Etsy shop, which is called Pin Savvy Marketer. You can definitely go and check out. And one of the packet which I have is definitely called for Pinterest templates, which is definitely only for the $5, where you are getting about 90 templates, which has been, I have worked on those templates for a few of my clients who have hit the six figures. It means that all this template is being tested and they have getting some great results, and I have been tested them even on a few of my accounts and few of my client accounts, so that you can see some great results. And along with that, if you're also looking out to have some video pin templates and WhatsApp pin templates, and if you're looking out to have some lead magnets templates and ebook, then you definitely have to check out my store, which can have some great resources. And if you're also looking out to build your list with having a Canva sales funnels, then yes, that has also been built. And if you're also running some 5-day challenges, right, for your businesses, then I also covered you with that particular template, which you can use for your business in immediately. You just have to change the color, the combination and stuff like that, and that will give you some ease to understand what exactly I'm talking about.
Yeah, you have so many amazing templates. Templates are going to save you time, especially if you are one of those people who say like, oh, I'm not a graphic designer, right? Like, oh, I can't do it. Let someone else do it. Let Suman do it for you, right?
Yes, for sure. Template you can also use for the board covers, tall, short, and all those information be loaded.
Thank you. So amazing. And you have a Facebook group, which I'll put a link to down below, which is how we met. I was randomly looking for new, amazing Facebook groups that I can promote, and yours is one of them. You add so much value. And yeah, so I'll be sure to put a link down below if anyone wants to come hang out with us in your Facebook group.
Yeah, my Facebook group is definitely allocated only majorly for the Pinterest, where I share a lot of information. I share a lot of questions. I answer a lot of questions, right? And at the same time, I see most of you guys don't have much of your time, but still, I just want to focus on sharing you on a positivity note that I have maintained a guide sections which explains about the in and outs of Pinterest, like how, if you are a newbie, how you need to get started. If you are a Shopify owner, how you need to get started. If you're an e-commerce owner, if you're a digital product owners, if you're a blogger, if you're a food blogger. And now I'm also coming up with if you are a photography niche, and how you need to create an account and what is the information you need to do. And so you can see there are a bunch of topics which have been covered with the strategies, with tips and with hacks. Everything has been covered on this particular group. So I would definitely encourage you to join this group and make sure you feel like homely, so that you can learn a lot of tips and hacks and strategies.
Woo, she gets it all. Amazing. Yes. Thank you so much. This was such a pleasure. So I will jump all of Suman's links so you can connect with her. You can join her Facebook group, check out her Etsy shop, and even join her on Clubhouse, which she's like killing it, over 10,000 followers. So be sure to listen in. Thank you so much. This has been so amazing. I really hope this helps you guys get started with how to sell your digital products on Pinterest and actually make sales. Woo! Yeah. Get started. Make sure you have that business account, claim your domain, set up your shop, connect your catalog, and just start pinning and tagging your products. It really can make such a huge difference. But of course, don't forget, you need an objective and you need to know who your ideal target client is. Was that a good recap?
That was a complete good feedback, and make sure you don't forget on claiming your all the platform which you have in, like if you have your YouTube channel, if you have your Instagram, if you have your
Claim it all.
Shopify stores or any e-commerce stores. Along with that, now currently you have an opportunity of adding multiple websites. So claim your domains and focus on leveraging Pinterest in a very effective way.
Thank you. This was so great. So be sure to, of course, like this video and hit the subscribe button because I've got more content coming your way every single week because you know that I love to be your Pinterest coach. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.